everyone, welcome to ACE Online, and in this particular video I am back with a series of 1000+ questions in which we are going to discuss questions of quant and reasoning. So if you're preparing for any competitive exam where there's a section of these two subjects, then these sessions are very beneficial for you. And if you know such people who are preparing for any competitive exam, it may be railway, it may be SSC, it may be banking, it may be state or central level, or it may be some technical based examination where there is a section of these two subjects, then please do share the link of this particular series with them so that they can also join us and do practice with us. So without wasting much more time, let's start our today's session and let's see what kind of questions we are having and how we are going to deal with them. So this is the very first question. So this question is from the concept of data sufficiency, right? We already solved these kind of questions in the previous lectures, or we can say that in the previous classes that we are having. So this question is saying that how many students from Institute A got placed? This is my question. And for this one, we are having these three statements. And I need to check with the help of which statement I can easily able to answer this particular question, right? So how we are going to attempt this one? So I'm just giving you a particular time period so that you can attempt this or you can try this. And after that, what we will do, we just simply discuss it as usual. So the first statement is saying that, or the first sentence is saying that the number of students studying in Institute A and B are in the ratio 3:4 respectively. But what we need to do, we need to find out how many students got placed. So are we able to define answer with this one? No. If this is no, that means option number B is eliminated, which says that only statement number 1 is sufficient to give the answer. Second, number of students who got placed from Institute B is 120% of the number of students who got placed from Institute A. But here we are only having percentage, right? But we are not aware about the number, and here what we want? We want the number, or we want the exact number. All we can say that, let's suppose if there are two institutes A and B, if 100 or we can say just 100 students got placed from Institute A, then from B there are nothing but there are 220 students, right? 120 more than this one. But here this is what? This is our ratio. But we want the exact number. So are we able to define the answer with this one? No. If no, that means this option is also eliminated. Third, 80% of the students studying in Institute B got placed, but we need to find out for the A1. So from this one also, no. Now the options that we are having is none of the statement can be dispersed with any of the three. Okay, no, any of the three we are not able to define with any one of them. So this option is also eliminated. Third, and the last option that we are having is question cannot be answered even with the information in all the three statements combined together. So let's see. If we are going to combine any two, we know that there's a combination that we can make is first and second, first and third, second and third, and first, second and third. This is a combination that we can make over here. First and second. The number of students, if I want to write down the number, that is nothing but 3:4, and here the student who got placed is again in the ratio. But we want number. Are we able to define it? No. First and third. Here we are having like this ratio, that the number of students that they are having in the whole institute is 3:4, but the number of students who got passed is 80%. But what we want number. So this one is also eliminated. If I am going to combine them together, I know that after that also I am not able to define it, and even after combining all these three together, still I am not able to define my answer, because what I actually want number, and here what I am doing, I am just only dealing with the ratios and the percentage. So because of this, option number E is the correct one. After combining all these three statements, after that also I am not able to get the answer, right? The next one. The next question says that what is monthly income of Mr. X? Okay, so again what we are having few statements, and accordingly what we are having few options, and with the help of these statements what we need to do, we just simply need to find out what is the correct answer of this particular question. So what we need the monthly income. That means again what I want of some value, some number. First, let's start discussing. Mr. X spends 85% of his income on various items and remaining amount is saved. Okay, that means from this one we can say that he is saving 25%. No, not 25, it's 15%. How much percent he is saving? He is saving 15%, right? Okay, and he is spending 85%. He is spending 85%. That means we can say that we are having a bifurcation of this expenditure and the savings. But what we want? We want income. Are we able to find it with the help of this one? No. Second, monthly savings of Mr. X are rupees itna, right? But what we need to do? We need to find out the income. Here we are having the amount of savings, but we don't know the expenditure. So with this one also, we are not able to get the answer. So option number A is eliminated, right? And option number C is also eliminated, which says that either second or third. Third one, out of the total money spent by Mr. X in a month, 1/5 is spent on food and the remaining amount of rupees 20,400 on other items. But here we don't know how much expenditure he is doing and what are the savings. So we are not able to define it, right? So with this one also, no. But if I am going to combine first and second together, so we know that the expenditure that this X is having is of 85%. That means the savings are of 15%, and the value of 15% is given over here, that is nothing but 4,500. That means it is present on the multiple of 300. So can we able to find out the total 100%, because this 100% is nothing but the income of Mr. X. This is the income of Mr. X. But we can only able to define it when we combine both the statements together. That means none of these is the correct answer over here. None of these is the correct answer over here. If we are having an option in which it says that only first and second, then we can easily able to select that, right? Next. So the next question says that what is Suchitra's present age? What we need to do? We need to find out the present age of a person. The first statement says that Suchitra's present age is double of the age of her son. But what is the age of son? Are we having that value? No. So can we able to define the answer with this one? No. If this statement is eliminated, this option number C is also eliminated, right? Which says that both first and second only. But it says that both are required. I guess the sense that it is given over here is both are required. Second, ratio between present ages of Suchitra and her mother is 2:3 respectively. Okay. So again, ratio we need value. This one is eliminated. This one is eliminated. Option number A is eliminated. Third, 4 years hence, that means we are talking about the future, the ratio between Suchitra's age and her son's age will be 24:13 respectively. Again, we are having ratio, we want value. But as per the content, if we will see here, we are having two statements in which Suchitra and her son is discussed. First and the third one. If I am going to combine first and the third together, so what we can say, if according to first one, the ratio in between Suchitra and her son is nothing but 2:1. The age difference is equal to 1. After 4 years, or after the according to the third statement, the ratio will become 24:13. The age difference is 11. We know that the age difference in between any two certain people will always remain same. So what we will do, we just simply multiply this ratio by 11, and this ratio is converted into 22:11. Now we can see that here the gap that we can see over here is because of these 4 years. This is coming because of this 4 years. So the value of 2 that we are having over here is actually values of 4. That means it is present on the multiple of 2, and we need to find out the present age of Suchitra, and that is nothing but 22. So 22 multiplied by 2, that means 44 years. But we can only able to define it when we combine our first and third statement together. That means option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one. Is it clear? So this is the way by which we need to attempt these kind of questions. Next. The next question says that what is Neeta's share in the profit earned at the end of 2 years in a joint business run by Neeta, Sita and Geeta, right? What we need to do, we just simply need to find out the amount of profit sharing. First, Neeta invested rupees 85,000 to start the business, but we don't know how much amount invested by Sita and Geeta. So this one is eliminated. Second, Sita and Geeta joined Neeta's business after 6 months. Investing amount is in the ratio 3:5. Again, we are having ratio and we need the value. And here we are not aware about the Neeta's investment. So this one is also eliminated. If I am going to combine both of them together, still I am not able to get it. Why? Because here I don't know what is the actual multiple on which this ratio is present, right? Third, total amount invested by Sita and Geeta is rupees 2.3 lakhs. Now with the help of this one, we can easily able to calculate it, right? If I am going to combine my first, second and third together, these two options are eliminated. This one is eliminated, right? So if I am going to combine first, second and third together, here I am having 3 participants. Neeta, Sita and Geeta, right? So here the total amount invested by them is on the multiple of 8, and the value of 8 is nothing but this one, right? So can we able to define the values? Yes, we are getting the values. Here we are getting 85, right? And here what we are getting? We are getting 3/8 into 2.3 lakhs, and here we are having 5/8 into 2.3 lakhs, right? This is the investment done by them, and the time period is, here we are having 24 months, here we are having 18 months, and here also we are having 18 months. All you need to do is you just need to multiply them and you will get the answer. What you will do? You will get the answer. But we are only able to get the answer if we combine all these 3 information together. Information in all 3 statements are required to answering the question. That means your option number D is the correct one. Your option number D is the correct one. It's quite easy, right? Next. The next question says that what is the labeled price of the article? Labeled price, that means you have to find out the MRP, or you can say that the marked price. What you have to do? You have to find out the marked price, right? Statement number 1, or we can say the information number 1. Cost price of the article is 500, but we need to find out the marked price. So no. If no, option number A is also eliminated, right? Second, selling price after offering 5% discount on the labeled price is rupees this one. That means the value that we are having over here is SP. And we know that we always give discount on what? On MRP, or we can say the labeled price. So whatever MRP we are having, we are giving a discount of 5%. That means we are selling it on 95%. We are selling it on 95%. So the value that we are getting over here is this one. And this is nothing but the selling price. This is nothing but the selling price. So are we able to define the MRP over here? Yes. If we start cancelling it out over here, we got our MRP as 640 rupees. We got our MRP as 640 rupees. So with the help of the second statement, we can easily able to get the answer, right? Third, profit earned would be 28% if no discount was offered. Again, with the help of this one, we need the cost price and we are not having it. So option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one. It's quite easy, right? Next. The next question that we are having over here is a small puzzle, and what we need to do, we just simply need to made the arrangement first, and accordingly we need to answer few questions that we are having over here, right? Okay, so the puzzle is saying that 7 persons A, B, C, D, K, L and N are seated in a straight line facing north in ascending order of their salaries. That means we need to arrange them as per the salaries. N earns more than L and D. N earns more than A but does not earn the highest. A earns more than L. The people who earns the second highest receives a salary of rupees 35,000, while the third lowest earns received rupees 23,000. K earns less than L but more than D. C earns 18,000. So this is the data that we are having, and what we need to do, we just simply need to make an arrangement as per the given data. So what arrangement we people are getting over here? You just simply need to comment your answers in the comment section so that we can just simply cross check are we getting the correct answer or not, right? So how many people we are having? We are having 7 people, right? So how we are going to arrange the data? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, right? These are the 7 people we are having. Now, the question is saying that the one who earns the second highest receives a rupees amount 35,000. That means this person receives a amount of 35,000. And the third lowest, this is the lowest, second lowest, third lowest. This person earns an amount of 23,000. If this person earns an amount of 23,000 and it is clearly given that C earns an amount of 18,000, or I can write it as 18K, then these are the only 2 possible positions for C. Maybe C will come over here or maybe C will come over here, right? With the help of this data, we can easily able to define it. Okay. Now, in the first line, it is given that N earns more than L and D. N earns more than L and D. As right now, we are not having any relation in between D and L. Next. N earns more than A but does not earn the highest. That means we can't put N over here, right? We can't put N over here, but all we can say that N earns more than A, right? Next. A earns more than L. A earns more than L. So I can just simply able to combine it together. Next. The person, okay, this is the thing that we are having. Now, K earns less than L. K earns less than L but more than D. But more than D. The next one, C earns this one. Now, how many people we are having? If I am going to see this one, how many people we are having in this arrangement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And we know that we can't put our N over here, right? So we need to put 5 people, and here we are having C also, right? We are having C also, okay? So if I'm going to start with this one, let's suppose if I'll put N over here, A over here, L, K. Now, as we are not having the sufficient data, so we can say that maybe D is over here or D is over here, right? So we can easily able to put our all the elements. Now we are still left with one person, that is B. That means B earns the highest amount. B earns the highest amount. So this is the complete arrangement that we are having now. According to this, what we need to do, we just simply need to give answers of few questions. First one, Who among the following earns more than 23,000 but less than 35,000? That means how many people we are having? We are only having two people, that is A and L. That is A and L. That means your option number C is the correct one. Your option number C is the correct one. Next. Who among the following may earn rupees 21,000? Okay. So 21,000. What we are having? 21,000. We know that it is less than the value that K is earning, right? So we can say that if C is earning 18,000 rupees, then we are only left with the person D, because D is earning less than 23,000. That means the correct option over here is your option number B, right? Next. Who among the following earns more than K but less than A? More than K but less than A. That is nothing but the only person that we are having, that is L. That is nothing but L. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one. So once we are done with the arrangement, we can easily able to answer all the questions related to that, right? Now let's move towards the next question. The next question says that if the numerator of a fraction is increased by 350% and the denominator of the fraction is increased by 300%, the resultant fraction is 9 by 22. What is the original fraction? This is a very simple question, right? We know that here what we are having our fraction like this, numerator and the denominator. There are certain operation we need to done with this one. So according to the question is saying that the numerator, this value is increased by 350% and this denominator is also increased by 300%. After happening all these things, this value will become 9 by 22, right? And we need to find out the actual fraction. So if it is increasing by 350% and initially it is complete value of itself, that means 100%. So the total is nothing but n into 450%. This is a new value that we are having. Next, this denominator, it is already 100% and now it is increasing by 300%. That means now it will become 400 times of itself. Right? Because of all these things, it will become equal to 9 by 22. This is what we need to solve, right? Now we can say that this 100 and this 100 are eliminated. This 0 and this 0 are eliminated. Here, what we are getting? We are getting 5. Here, what we are getting? 8. Here, what we are getting? We are getting 4. And here, what we are getting? We are getting 11. Right? So the only thing that we are getting from this one is n by 4d is equals to 1 by 11. But what we need to do, we need to find out what is the original fraction. And the original fraction is nothing but n by d. So I'll just simply transfer this 4 to this side. And the original fraction that we got over here is 4 by 11. Are we having this in our options? Yes. That means option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one. It's a very simple one. All we need to do the basic calculation. Next. The next question says that the ages of Samir and Tanuj are in the ratio 8:15 years respectively. After 9 years, the ratio of their ages will be 11:18. What is the difference in the years between their ages? So here what we are having, we are only having two people. The first one is Samir and the second one is Tanuj, right? Initially, the ratio that they are having of their ages is 8:15. After 9 years, what they got, their ages are in the ratio 11:18. So we know that whenever we do have these kind of questions, first we need to check the age difference. Here the age difference in between them is of 7. Here also it is of multiple of 7. That means there is no requirement of doing the equation of the age gap. Now, here what we are doing, we are getting a gap of 3. Why we are getting a gap of 3? Because of these 9 years. That means the value of this 3 is actually 9. It is present on the multiple of this 3. Now the question is asking what is the difference in between their ages, and that is nothing but 7. But again, this is present on the multiple of 3. That means the age difference in between them is of 21 years. It's of 21 years. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one, right? Next. The next question that we are having over here is a very simple one. The question is saying that in how many different ways can the letter of the word pride be arranged? Are we having any alphabet common over here? No. So how many letters we are having? We are having P, R, I, D, E. We are having total 5 letters, and these 5 letters can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. That means 5 factorial words we can make, and the value of 5 factorial is nothing but 120. The value of 5 factorial is nothing but 120. That means your option number B is the correct one. Your option number B is the correct one. Next. The next question is saying that Miss Sujata invests 7%, that is 2,170 rupees of her monthly salary in a mutual funds. Later, she invests 18% of her monthly salary in recurring deposit. Also, she invests 6% of her salary in NSC. What is the total annual amount invested by Miss Sujata? It's very easy one. The direct values are given. So, if we want to find out the salary of Sujata, we can say that this is nothing but 100%, right? This is nothing but 100%, where we are having the value of 7%, which is nothing but equal to 2170. That means if we can say that the 1% is equal to 3110. The value of 1% is nothing but 3110. That means the total salary is nothing but 3100. That means the total salary of Sujata, monthly salary, right? Here what we got? We got the monthly salary, that is nothing but 31,000. Now the total investment made by her, that is nothing but 7% in mutual funds, next 18% in the recurring deposit, plus 6% in this NSC. The total investment made by her is nothing but, this is nothing but 13% plus 18%. That is nothing but she is investing a total of 31%. Right? She is doing the investment of 31%. But we need to find out the amount also on the annual basis. So the amount invested by Miss Sujata annually, that is nothing but 31% of 31,000 into 12, right? Because of this percent symbol, these two zeros are eliminated, right? Here what we got? We got 9610 multiplied by 12. This is what we are having, right? This is what we are having over here. Now, if we do the multiplication, what we got? We got 115,320 rupees. That means your option number D is the correct one. Your option number D is the correct one. The monthly investment done by her is 1,15,320, right? This is the annual investment. This is what? This is the annual investment, right? Next question. The next question says that the length of rectangle plot is thrice of its breadth. If the area of the rectangle of plot is 6075 square meters, what is its length? It's a very simple one. So here we are having a rectangular plot. Let's suppose this is my plot, right? So if this is the breadth, this is the length. So here what we are having, if we need to write down the ratio between the length to breadth, it is nothing but it is 3:1, right? It is 3:1, or you can assume it as 3x and 1x. Now the question is saying that the area of the rectangle, and we know that how to calculate the area of the rectangle. Area of rectangle is nothing but length into breadth. So here it is nothing but 3 into 1x, that means 3x into 1x. This is nothing but 3x square. So the value of this 3x square which is given over here, the value of this 3x square which is given over here is 6075. 6075. So first what we are going to do, we are just going to eliminate it with the help of 3, right? So here we are getting 1, here we are getting 2, and here 0, 2, and here we are getting 5, right? 2025, and this is nothing but this is the square of, that means the x square is nothing but 2025, and this is nothing but the value, this is a square of 45. That means the value of x that we got over here is of 45. Now we need to find out its breadth. That means we need to find out the value of this one multiplied by 45, which is nothing but 15, and the 1 carry forward, 135 meters. The breadth is nothing but 135 meters. That means none of these is the correct answer. None of these is the correct answer. It's a very simple one, right? Next, the next one is asking us to find out the missing term, and here we are having our missing term. I guess everyone can easily able to identify what is the pattern over here. This is an alternate series. So, -5, -5, right? +5. So again what I need to do, I need to add +5 in it, and here what we got? We got 119 as our answer. Do we have that in our option? No. That means option number E is the correct one. Option number E is the correct one. This is a very easy one. All we need to do is we just simply need to apply the concept of alternate series, and we got our answer. Next. The next question says that 980, 392, 156.8 question mark, 25.088, and the last term that we are having is 10.0352. So here we know that if I want to convert this value to this one, and here I need to introduce a variable, we can say the decimals as well. That means there is some combination of decimals or the fraction in the series, right? Okay. So I know that if I divide this 980 by 2, what value we are getting? We are getting like 4, here we are getting 490, right? The value that we are getting is 490. If I divide this 980 by 3, so I am getting 3, 2 and 6 point something, right? And this value is lying somewhere in between these two, right? This value is lying somewhere in between these two, right? Okay. So now what is the half value of this one, right? So what I'm trying to say, if I divide 980 by 2.5, so what value we are getting? So if we do so, we are getting 392. We are getting 392, which is given over here. So basically it is present on the dividation of 2.5, right? Again, if you will check here, again it is present on the dividation of 2.5, because if again you will divide 392 by 2, what value you are getting? You are getting 1. Here we are getting like 1 and the 9, and here 6. 196, right? Here, what value we are getting over here is 196. Okay, and if I divide it by 3, then 13, and here what value we are getting? We are getting 0 point something, right? Again the value is lying in between these two. That means again it is present on the multiple of 2.5. So again it is present on the dividation of 2.5. So if I am going to divide this 156.8 divided by 2.5, so this is nothing but, this is 62.72. The value that we are getting over here is 67.72. That means your option number C is the correct one. Sorry. Because if you will go further, if you divide the 62.72 again by 2.5, you will get this value. Again, if you will divide this number by 2.5, again you will get the same value. So whenever we do have a decimal things or the fraction things in the series, there are very high chances that we are having something fraction or the mix of mathematical operation is going to be happen over there, right? Next. The next question says that 14, 16, 35, 109, 441 and the question mark. So if you will see here, it is almost multiple of 1, it is multiple of 2, here it is nothing but almost multiple of 3, here it is multiple on 4. We can see it, right? We are having the nearby value. So if I multiply 14 into 1, we are getting 14. But if I add 2 in it, I'll get 16, right? I'll get 16. Now, 16 into 2, what value we are getting? We are getting 32. Now, if I add 3 in it, I'll get 35. So, just what I did, I just simply increased this number and this number by 1. Now, 32 into 3, what value we are getting? We are getting 96. Now, if we do multiply 96 and here we need to multiply with the 35, not 32. 35, right? So 15 and the 1 carry forward, 105, right? Now if I add 4 in it, I'll get 109, which is nothing but given over here. Now 109 into 4. So this is nothing but 436 plus 5. Here what we are getting? 441, right? Now you need to apply the same logic with this one. So what we can do? We can write 441 into 5, which is nothing but 5 and here 20. So 2 carry forward this one. Now we need to add 6 in it and it will become 2211. It will become 2211. Are we having this in our options? Yes, option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one. It is quite easy. All we need to do is we just simply need to understand the pattern just by seeing the numbers. If we are having like this on the nearby multiple, then we can check these kind of patterns, right? Next. Okay, this one is a very easy one. I guess everyone can easily able to identify the pattern. Here we are having 1331, 2197, 4913, 6859, the question mark, 24389. If you will see carefully, if you will see the numbers carefully, this is nothing but this is a cube of 11. This is nothing but this is a cube of 11. This number is nothing but the cube of 13. This is nothing but the cube of 13, right? So here there are high chances that we may have the pattern of the cubes. But now if I'll see this one, what we are having here, we are having 4913, which is nothing but which is a cube of 17. This is nothing but this is a cube of 17, right? So here we are not having the cubes of the odd numbers. Apart from that, if we will see the numbers, these numbers are what? These are the prime numbers, okay? So this one is nothing but this is a cube of 19, right? So what is the next prime number that we are having over here? That is nothing but 23. right? That is nothing but 23. And the next prime number that we are having is 29, and this is nothing but, this is a cube of 29. This is the nothing but the cube of 29. So what is the cube of 23? That is nothing but 12167. Option number A is the correct one. The cube of 23 is nothing but 12167. Is nothing but 12167. So just by seeing the numbers, we can easily able to define the pattern, right? Next one. The next one is saying 3600, 725, 150, 35, 12 and the question mark, right? Now, if you will see the numbers carefully, it is the difference in between this term and this term is quite huge, right? But if you will divide this number 3600 divided by 5, what value we are getting over here? If I'll do the division over here, so I'll get 7 and 720, right? And if I add 5 in it, what I'll get? I'll get 725, which is nothing but mentioned over here, right? Now, 725 divided by 5. So 1, here we are getting 2 and 5. Now again if I add, wait, here what we are getting? Here we are getting 2, that means, 145. 145. Now if I again add 5 in it, I'll get 150, which is nothing but mentioned over here. Now 150 divided by 5, which is nothing but 30. Again if I add 5 in it, it will give me answer as 35. It will give me answer as 35, which is nothing but mentioned over here. Now 35 divided by 5, which is nothing but 7. 7 plus 5 is nothing but 12, right? So the next number can be calculated as 12 by 5, which is nothing but 2.4. 2.4 plus 5, that is nothing but 7.4. Are we having 7.4 in our options? Yes, that means your option number B is the correct one. Your option number B is the correct one. So it is quite easy. All you need to do is you just simply need to practice more and more so that you can just simply able to analyze the pattern, or you can guess the pattern just by seeing the numbers. So with this one, let's end this video over here only. But before that, if you are preparing for RRB NTPC, so ACE is offering a pre-recorded course for RRB NTPC. But what you can do, you can just simply able to use this code NTPC 25 just to get 25% discount. And at the same time, if you are preparing for RRB JEE CBT 1, CBT 2, SSC CGL and SSC JEE paper 1 and paper 2, for that you can use this code ACE20 just to get the 20% discount, right? So with this one, let's end this video over here only. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, keep smiling, stay safe, bye-bye, and thank you so much for watching this video.